that our government will make no law respecting the establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. In other words, we could see a national Sunday law under Article 5 if we have a convention of states. No rules. It continues to say, the unknowns surrounding a constitutional convention pose an unacceptable risk, particularly in the current polarized political climate. Given how close calling a new convention is, it's time to spotlight that risk and sound an alarm for the preservation of our Constitution. So, this movement for the Article 5 already has 28 states, even though their intentions may be good. Are you with me? For this Convention of States, Article 5, the dangerous thing is anything can happen. It opens the door for anything to happen. That's the dangerous thing of a Convention of States. It's a threat to our Constitution.
And it's
now,
our rights are up to grab. There's another point
I want to bring out. There are 7 threats that are posed by Article 5 Convention process. Notice these 7 threats it presents. It says the threat of a runaway convention, and that's what I've been saying, how anything can happen. A runaway convention. There is nothing in the Constitution to prevent a constitutional convention from being expanded in scope to issues not raised in convention calls passed by the state legislators, and therefore could lead to a runaway convention. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. They could do away with the whole Constitution as we know it, and if they did, that would remove freedom of press. They could shut down the internet if they wanted to. Are you with me? They could shut down the newspapers if they wanted to. I mean, it could total chaos as a result of a convention. And there are no rules to govern a convention of states. That's the other dangerous thing. Anything could happen.
Trump already signed that order. We need 36.
Second threat to a convention. It says influence of special interests.
We only got 6 more states to go to vote.
To revisions at a time of extreme gerrymandering and polarization and unlimited political spending. It could also allow special interests and the wealthiest to rewrite the rules governing our system of government. In other words, the billionaires of our society, and we know that Rick Perry in Texas and Ted Cruz is the one I'm referring to. And so there's already a movement. Those individuals that I mentioned, Rick Perry and Ted Cruz, they are in close connection with the evangelical movement. Those individuals, Rick Perry, Ted Cruz, are working together with the evangelical movement currently. And so they are also behind this movement of Article 5. I already mentioned that there's no rules to govern. That's another threat. There are no rules to govern a convention. It also is a threat of legal disputes, because if there is a convention of states, there's no judicial, legislative, or executive body that would have clear authority to settle disputes about a convention, opening the process to chaos and protracted legal battles that would threaten the functioning of our democracy and economy. So again, that would threaten legal disputes. And the other matters aren't so big a deal. We won't get into that. But notice what this says. It says, simply put, an Article 5 Constitutional Convention is a dangerous and uncontrollable process that would put Americans' constitutional rights up for grabs. And that's all our rights. That's not just the religious right, the First Amendment. That's all our rights. All of them would be up in the air. There's one other point I wanted to bring out in this newsletter. This is from Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. This is Warren Burger. He was Chief of Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court from 1969 to 1986. Notice what he says. He said, there is no way to effectively limit or muzzle the actions of a constitutional convention. The convention could make its own rules and set its own agenda.
In other words, bars will be closed.
Try to limit the convention to one amendment or one issue, but there is no way to assure that the convention would obey. Showing us where we are prophetically. there's already 28 states that are already united. 28 states are already united. All we need is 6 more. 6 more. We are almost there.
God help us
We are
all.
almost there. And they were instant with loud voices, requiring that he might be crucified, and the voices of them, of the chief priests, prevailed. And Pilate gave sentence that it should be as they required. So what did Pilate do? He did what the church wanted. He did what the church wanted. I want you to understand that there is a movement today that believes, and they are teaching, that the church should govern all affairs in the earth. And this false doctrine is called dominionism. There's
hungry.
a dominionism theology that is being perpetuated in our society today. And I'm going to share some things with you
hungry.
about dominionism as we close.
And in Genesis 2, after God has created everything, He's
See
created
the guy,
flowers, He
see the
created
guy in
plants,
red?
He created
He's
the
a
birds,
liar.
the animals, the fish. In Genesis
You do not
2:5,
believe him,
and then
he's a
repeated in
liar.
Genesis 2:15, it says that God looked, and He had no one to tend His garden.
He's
So He
lying.
made man to take care of his stuff.
No,
And his stuff is entertainment. It
No.
is arts,
No,
is
it
business,
isn't.
it
He's
is government.
lying.
God's the one who created the government, not man. That's not man's invention. It came from God. And
No, it
God says,
isn't.
I need you to take care of my stuff. I got plenty of
It
angels
doesn't
to
say
worship
that.
and glorify me. I need
His
you to
name
take
is
care of my
David
stuff.
Burton.
And we're sitting back as Christians.
He's
saying,
a
okay,
liar.
Get to heaven wearing praise God. No, He put you here to take care of His stuff, and that includes government. That includes education.
Absolutely.
That includes
lying.
business. That includes all this stuff. That's
And
that's
right
why
here,
we're here.
Genesis 1:28, it says that God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion.
Have dominion over it.
Dominion is the same thing when you say tend your stuff.
See the guy in
It says
blue?
in
He's a
Revelation
liar,
chapter 1, I
too.
believe, verse 5, that He made us kings and priests. And it's like
No,
the
He
church
didn't.
is only emphasizing
They're
the
lying.
priestly side of it, but not
They're
the
lying.
We are unique in that we are
His
not
name is
only
Andrew
in
Womack.
relationship with God and dealing with eternal things, but we are supposed to
He
be
lies just like the
Well,
guy
here's
in
something
red.
that'll mess up your theology for most Christians.
The guy in the
is
blue,
Matthew
him,
7:1.
he's the
Jesus
one.
says,
He's
"Don't
a
judge."
liar.
Well, that's the first part.
He's
Let's get to the
twisting
rest
the
of it.
words
He says-
inside the Bible.
That's right. And so does everybody who uses it. Well, not everybody. So do most people who use it now. They take it out of context.
You know, if you
He's
take
a
it
liar,
out of
along with this
context,
guy
on
right
the
here,
left,
Andrew. He's a liar,
And
too.
that's right. And if you take that thing about don't judge, people think that. What do you do?
You
when
people are
1 Corinthians
judging
6
us.
says, don't you know that you will be the judges of the world?
No,
You will
Jesus
judge angels
is
and
the
world.
judge of the world.
I'm only a Christian. No, that's Jesus. No, he says, you're the judges of the world.
You're
He
lying.
says, so if you're to judge future, why aren't you judging right now?
The only one who
I
can
don't know.
judge us is
I'm spiritual. I don't do
Jesus.
secular stuff. I don't do government. No, 1 Corinthians 6 says, you are the judges of the world.
Stop
Everything in the
lying.
world,
Nobody
judge
said
right
that.
at the end times of
You're
business, you're
twisting the
judging right now.
words.